What's going on, guys? TTL here. Gonna be going over my top 6 NBA props of the day. Also, gonna give you guys a free money line play that I'm loving today. That's right, guys. You heard me. 6 props today. I know I've been giving only 3 or 4 a day. Wanted to give you guys a sweet spot of 6 props today. I'm taking over on Underdog Fantasy. You can just scan the QR code in the bottom left, or just use code TTL when you sign up. Get a free month of VIP, get up to $1,000 in bonus cash, and it just greatly supports me, helps me out, lets them know that I'm sending you their way. Only other thing I'm going to mention before we just get right into it is predictive profits is half off right now. Use code TTL50 on predictiveprofits.ai. I have updated this like crazy lately, and it has shown, especially the betting predictor, the prop predictor has lines for pick'em apps as well as sports books, and you can just sort it by hit rate. It shows you all the data you need, and you're going to see that in just a minute. But it runs 10,000 simulations per prop, and then the betting predictor runs 10,000 simulations per game, and it tells you the desired output. Now, since July 17th, it's up 288 units. But around 4 days ago, I made a massive change to how things work, updated the algorithm, and just fed it hundreds and hundreds of games of more data. And now, over the past 5 days, we've went from 232 units profit to 288. So we're up 52 units in just 5 days. It's been absolutely incredible. I am really looking forward to how this works out. But it posts money lines, spreads, game totals, and then team totals is coming very shortly as well. Go ahead and lock in for the 50% off using code TTL50. We're going to use this for all our props today and get into the video. So first off, we're going to start with that money line. I'm partnered with Shuffle. Use code TTL. Get up to $1,000 deposit match. It's a 100% deposit match when you use code TTL. And the play that I'm playing over there today, that's for free. I'm going to post more in VIP, of course. Is going to be the Oklahoma City Thunder. They're plus 131 going against the Celtics today. I This is going to be controversial, especially after last year, but I don't think the Celtics are that great. I mean, that might be a biased thing, but the Thunder at plus money, the Thunder have one of the best defense in the entire league. Loving this play at plus 131. I'm gonna put $100 on it to win 231. So that's $131 profit if this hits. Locking this in over on Shuffle, like I mentioned. Let's get that money, guys, and let's head on to the props. So again, 6 props that I'm loving today. Let me pull up the props list from VIP really quick. If you're new, if you haven't been in VIP yet, I do post a list of every single prop I'm taking for that day, as well as direct links and screenshots to every single slip that I'm playing every single day. But first off, we're going to start with Max Christie, and we're going to take his under 5.5 rebounds. This is a 0.9x over on Underdog. I'm loving this prop today. And when we head over here, we can go ahead and search. Let me go ahead and get rid of some team exclusion. We're going to go ahead and Max Christie. We can see his rebounds at 5.5. The under is minus 215 on sportsbooks, a 68.25% implied probability of hitting based on these odds, which means this is the assumption that sportsbooks are giving it, that it's going to hit 68.25% of the time. The projection is the under, and we have him hitting the under in 93.3% of those 10,000 simulations. And when we look at this, he's gone under in all 5 of his last 5. He's gone under in 10 of his last 10. And he's gone under in 57 of 62 this season. Now, the Spurs defense, they allow a lot of rebounds. They're 25th out of 30 teams in the league, allowing 53.7 rebounds per game. But we have him projected for almost half of this number. We have him projected for 3.16. So I'm loving this. He's playing an average of 27 minutes per game, and we're going to update this chart in a minute. So let's go ahead and just check. He's been playing 33 minutes, 32 minutes. We're going to say he's going to at least play 25 minutes today. So let's go ahead and just bump this up to games where he's played 25 minutes or more. And we can see he's still gone under in 5 of his last 5. He's still gone under in all 10 of his last 10 games. and he's going over in only 5 of 43. So he's going under in 38 of 43 games this season, and that's with him playing a minimum of 25 minutes. That gets rid of those games. That gets rid of those outliers where he's only playing 2 or 3 minutes, or like he gets injured, things like that. Or obviously, the Mavs have a lot of people out. There have been a lot of switches. He wasn't even on the Mavs earlier this season. Like, there's a lot going on, right? But you're going to see these recent games where he's been playing a ton of minutes. He's been on the Mavs, and he's still going under. I'm loving this today. Let's go ahead and lock this in under 5.5 rebounds for Max Christie. Next up, we're going to go ahead and take Vince Williams Jr. under 18.5 PRA. This is versus the Jazz, which is a little bit iffy, but this is a full payout as well. There's no altered payout for this one. And again, we're going to take the under here. So let's go ahead and search him up. We can see the odds on sportsbooks are minus 130, which is around what we're going to get for our props on underdog. The projection is the under, and the under has a projected hit rate of 89.72%. So I am loving this prop today. When we take a look at it, we can see he's going under in 4 of his last 5, 9 of his last 10, and in 13 of 14 games that he's played this season. He's played most of these since February as well, 3 of them for February. We can see his minutes played kind of fluctuates, but we can guarantee he's going to get at least around 15 minutes today. Not that it's going to change too much, but we can see he's gone over in only 1 of 10 games where he's put over 15 minutes. And we can kind of confidently say 20. That's going to be 1 of 8 he's gone over. He's shooting on average 7 field goal attempts when he plays 20 minutes or more, so we can assume he's going to shoot around 7 field goal attempts, maybe 9. Somewhere between like 6 and 10, most likely. And I'm going to love that, guys. Now, the Jazz do allow a ton of everything pretty much except for rebounds. They're 7th in rebounds allowed, 28th in points, and 29th in assists. But we still have him projected for 14.3 PRA today. And he's going under in almost 90% of those simulations. So I'm going to go ahead and take Vince Williams Jr. under, lock it in, and move on to prop number 3, which is going to be OG Anunoby. We're going to take his under 3.5 assists. This one was a full payout earlier when I posted it. Now it's a 0.93, already moving in our direction, which is something that we love to see. This is versus the Trailblazers. We can see this is all the way up at minus 180 on sportsbooks now. The under is the projection, and it is projected to hit in 81.54% as a projected hit rate from those simulations. And when we click on it, we can see he's gone under in 3 of his last 5, 8 of his last 10, and in 48 of 58 this entire season. The Trailblazers actually don't allow many assists, surprisingly. They're 13th in the league, so they are in the top half of the league for least amount of assists allowed per game, allowing 26.2 per game. We have him projected for 2.2, which is quite a bit under that 3.5 number. This is like a 30 or 40% difference. And an 81.54% projected hit rate. He's playing an average of 37 minutes this season, 36.2 over the last 10, 40 over the last 5, which is obviously a lot. But I'm loving this. We can look at the season too. We can get rid of some of these outliers. There's not too many, though. We can safely say he's going to play 30 minutes, but he's still going under in 45 of 55, where he's played over 30 minutes. So I'm loving this. Let's take Anunoby under 3.5 assists and move on to the 4th prop of the day. We're going to go ahead and add these to the slip builder as well, just so we can show you guys the full functionality of predictive profits. Obviously, we're not showing you the betting predictor, but that'll start posting props in about 2 hours. So the betting predictor goes up to 12 hours. That's when it grabs all the games, runs all the simulation. Next up, we're going to have Andre Drummond. We're going to take his under 10.5 rebounds. I actually love his under 11.5 points, but that one already got bumped to 10.5. I wasn't fast enough for that one. So instead, I opted to take his under 10.5 rebounds, 0.94x, but I'm loving this prop still. When we take a look at it, we can see the under 10.5 rebounds. All of these are projected highly, right? The under 11.5 points, 91% hit rate. 22.5 PRA, 79.5%. Rebounds, 78.04. So I'm going to go ahead and take the under rebounds. And when we take a look at this, we can see he's going under in 3 of his last 5, 8 of his last 10, and in 31 of 39 this season. Now, there's some games where he's played 4 minutes. We're going to get rid of that. He's playing at least 10 minutes. Obviously, I mean, that's not even guaranteed, but we can safely say, and just to like put it in perspective, we're going to say he plays at least 15 minutes tonight. He could not, honestly, but we're going to put 15 minutes. And when we do that, we can see he's still gone under in 3 of his last 5, in 7 of his last 10 now, and he's gone under in 16 of 24 this season, where he's played 15 or more minutes. Now, the Raptors defense, they're 24th in the league for rebounds allowed, so they do allow a lot of rebounds because the Raptors shoot a lot of buckets and they miss a lot of buckets. They're allowing 53.6 rebounds per game, but we still have him projected for just 8.1. So projected hit rate of 78.04%. I'm willing to take this. It's minus 150 on sportsbooks, 0.94x on underdog. Let's go ahead and lock it in. Our 5th pick of the day is going to be Jason Tatum, under 4.5 3-pointers made. Now, this one is juiced heavily. It's a 0.8x. Max Christie just got taken off the board. Now, this will be added back up. Don't worry. But this will be added back. It just might be like a 0.88x or something similar to that. That's what happens, guys. They get taken because the predictive profits.ai tool is that precise. And this isn't an optimizer. This isn't just comparing sportsbook odds to each other and telling you what the sports books say. This is using data. This is using their last 5, last 10, their season long. It checks all the injuries for every single quarter of every single game. It sees if someone gets injured in the middle of the game, how did that affect our player? How did it affect our player when that player wasn't playing? It checks all of the injury news, the minutes played, the opposing team's defense, last 5, last 10, 2024, all of that data. And then it compiles it, runs the simulations, and weighs everything separately and tells us what it projects. And this has been incredibly profitable, and I cannot emphasize enough. You know you're in the right direction when sports books, underdog, prize picks, all these pick'em apps are bumping in your direction because predictiveprofits.ai is pushing them. And I just can't emphasize it enough. You're gonna be amazed if you sign up to Predictive Profits. But Max Christie taken off the board, that's fine though. We're still gonna have 5 props on the board, and Christie will get added back at that 5.5 as well. It just might be a 0.85 or 0.88x, which I would still take it. Jason Tatum under 4.5 3-pointers made. It's a 0.8x. Jason Tatum under 4.5 3-points made, minus 215 odds. It's a 73.3% projected hit rate. And when we take a look, we can see he's going under in 3 of his last 5, 8 of his last 10, and in, 45 of 61 this season. Now, the Thunder do not allow many 3-pointers. They allow 13 total per game, which is the 7th least in the entire league. We have him projected for 3.56, so somewhere between 3 or 4, a 73.3% projected hit rate on the under. And we can see he's shooting an average of 10 3-point attempts per game, 9.9 over his last 10, 11 over his last 5. So we can safely say 10 to 12 field goal. 3-point attempts probably 7 to 12, somewhere in that range. I don't think he's going to be able to make 5 of those. So let's go ahead and lock this in. Tatum under 4.5 3-point. And then 6th, but not least, we're going to take Dante DiVincenzo. And I guess technically it is least because it is the lowest projected hit rate. But we're going to take his over 2.5 3-pointers made. It's a 0.88x. Go ahead and lock this in. And when we take a look at it, it's minus 160 on sportsbooks, but a 69.51% projected hit rate. And when we take a look at that, he's hit in all 5 of his last 5 games, all 10 of his last 10, and in 28 of 47 this. Now, the Denver Nuggets defense is terrible. They're 24th out of 30th, allowing 3 points. Allowing 14 3-pointers per game. We have him projected for 3.2. He's playing an average of 26 minutes per game with 7.2 3-pointers attempted per game. We can see over his last 10, he's attempted 9.2 per game. Last 5, 8.4. We can assume he's gonna shoot up anywhere between around 7 to like 12, really. So I'm loving this. I do think that he can hit 3 3-pointers if he shoots up 7 or more attempts. So let's lock in Dante DiVincenzo over 2.5 3-pointers made to finish up our 6th pick. Now, this is only 5 picks, So we will remove Christie from the slip builder to make it a 5 pick. And we can see to go 5-0 on the 5 pick, we have a 29.09% chance. So anything over around a 3.8x, 3.5x ish is going to be positive EV. Anything over a what 4x, 4.1, 4.2, a 4.3x is the minimum that it would tell you to take it, because that makes the slip be 25% positive EV according to our projected hit rates. And that just leaves us a little bit of wiggle room, because obviously the projected hit rates are projections. They're not guaranteed. Like, just because it says 90%, it might be closer to 80%. It might be closer to like 78%. You're not going to get a 100% hit rate prop, for example. And sometimes we will see up to like 96% on the projected hit rates, because it's so projected in that direction. But in the end of the day, you're going to leave some wiggle room. So it doesn't tell you to take it. It says 0 units until you get to a 25% positive EV minimum. Now we're getting a 12.3x if we power played this, which is going to be a positive EV of 257.81%. And it's going to tell you to put 3 units on this, which is the maximum that this tells you to take. So I'm loving this slip today. I'm thinking we're going to go 6-0 total, 5-0 for these 5. Max Christie will get back added though, and he's one of my favorite props of the day. So let's lock in, guys. Let's go 6-0. Let's hit our sportsbook play, and let's just make it a 7-0 day total. Thank you guys so much for watching. Sign up to Underdog using code TTL. Go join the VIP on WAP or Patreon. The link is in the description. And guys, go sign up to Predictive Profits. It's such a great tool. PredictiveProfits.ai. Use code TTL50 for half off your first week or your first month. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.